Okay, good morning children. Today we will discuss about animal fibers. You know, fibers are obtained from both plants and animals. In plant fibers, there is carbohydrate. Whereas in animal fibers, there is a protein material, silk or wool. In both the materials have protein. So in animal fibers protein is there, in plant fibers there is carbohydrate. You know, the best plant fiber is cotton. The best plant fiber is cotton. Okay, so let us discuss about silk and wool today. Silk and wool today. You know, rearing of silk is called sericulture. Sericulture. Rearing of silk is called sericulture, which means growing of silkworms and getting a silk material from them is together called sericulture. So here rearing of silk is nothing but sericulture. Rearing is called sericulture, right? Now usually in the life cycle of silk we can see 4 stages. Let us draw one by one. Adult. You know, in the adult silkworm, you can see wings and legs also. The silkworm, the adult silkworm maybe look like butterfly, a small size butterfly. Usually the adult silkworm is lay eggs. At a time it can lay 500 eggs. These eggs usually lays on mulberry leaves. When these eggs laid on the mulberry leaves, within 15 days, the eggs may be hatched and convert into or grows into small size babies. They are called as caterpillars. So here eggs are usually laid on mulberry leaves. When these eggs are laid on mulberry leaves, within 10 to 15 days these eggs will be hatched and converts or grows into caterpillars. The caterpillar is nothing but a larva. You know, usually these eggs are laid by female silkworm only. A female silkworm is in yellowish color, which can lay 500 eggs at a time. Then these eggs will be laid on mulberry leaves. Mulberry leaves will be eaten by these caterpillars after. Okay, when caterpillars comes from the hatched eggs, these caterpillars usually eat these all mulberry leaves. Up to it can eat 30 to 40 days. These caterpillars will eat mulberry leaves. After that, the caterpillar will not eat the food material. It starts secrete some protein material from its mouth. This protein material just look like a protein material which will be a thread-like structure. When the caterpillar stops its taking food, then it will go to the branch of the mulberry plant or any part of the mulberry plant. Then it will secrete protein material. It will be a web-like structure. It will continuously secrete protein material. This protein material will completely close and tie the caterpillar. Then this protein material will be look like as a ball-like structure, a fruit-like structure. Okay, that is called as pattukaya. Pattukaya. This pattukaya is also known as cocoon. Cocoon. In the cocoon, we can see a large size caterpillar. When the caterpillar completely waves or woven the entire fiber like structure, then it starts its what we call that metamorphosis. This caterpillar will turns or exchange its body like adult one. Then the caterpillar is called as pupa. You can simply identify one thing, that is nothing but the developed caterpillar. While it is developing its body organs, it will just like look like as a adult one, but it is not same in the size. So this is called as pupa. It means eggs will be converted as a caterpillar will convert as pupa. So pupa is in only cocoon only. Okay, when it coming outside, it will grow and converts into adult one. So you have to remember one thing, pupa only seen in egg only. This egg is nothing but, this cocoon is called as pattukaya. This is nothing but pattukaya. Okay, so in pattukaya or in cocoon, you can see pupa, right? Whenever the pupa is completely developed in the cocoon usually dipped in hot water, up to 10 minutes. Whenever the pattukaya or cocoon dipped in hot water, the pupa is dried in the cocoon. Then the farmers usually take out the thread which is in the cocoon. So you have to know one thing, the cocoon is nothing but a group of thread structure, a group of thread. This thread will be converted as a yarn after some time. Okay, so here we have to know one thing, the farmers usually kept these balls, these cocoons, these pattukaya in hot water to kill the pupa. If the pupa is not killed by the farmers, the pupa will come out from the cocoon. While it is coming out, it may break the thread. Then the cloth may not be prepared well, which means the thread may be cut off like this. Then the thread may be not longer. That is why the usual farmers boiled these pattukailu in hot water. Is that clear? So the boilings may be occurs up to 10 to 15 minutes. The boiling is taken 10 to 15 minutes. The boiling of cocoon is called as stifling. What is that? Stifling. Boiling of cocoon in hot water is called stifling. Okay, right. And also we have to discuss one thing. Eggs of silkworm may be sale in some areas. They are called as eggs of silkworm may be sale in some areas in our Andhra Pradesh, like Kadapa, Kurnool, Mahbub Nagar. In some areas they used to buy that type of eggs. Okay, so that selling market area is called as grainages. So grainages are nothing but selling area of eggs. In some areas eggs are usually sold, that is called as grainage. What is that? Grainage. Here the pattukaya is usually boiled in hot water, that is called as stifling. What is that? Stifling. So after stifling, the pupa may dies in the cocoon. then the farmers usually take out the end of the thread and they will take off entire thread from the cocoon. The thread of the cocoon may be longer up to 1000 to 3000 feet. What is the length of the cocoon? 1000 to 3000 feet. 1000 to 3000 feet. If a farmer want to make a 500 grams of sari, 500 grams, 500 grams of sari, which means half kg weight of sari, they have to use 2000 to 3000 cocoons. 2000 to 3000 cocoons, which means 2000 to 3000 pupas can be used to prepare half kg sari. Half kg sari. So you have to understand the preparation of sari is very difficult, and it is dependent totally. It totally depend upon larvas. Okay. So is it clear? So here a length of the larva, a length of the cocoon is 1000 to 3000 feet. First one. Second thing, if we want to make 500 grams of sari, we have to use 2000 to 3000 cocoons. 2000 to 3000 cocoons. Okay. When larva is died in the pupa, then only the farmer can be prepare the material, which means silk material, silk thread. Okay. If the pupa comes out from the cocoon, then these threads may be cut off, and there is no use to there is no use with the cocoon here. Okay. Later, if the cocoon is comes out from the if the what we call that if the larva is coming out from the cocoon, then it will grows as adult one. It will grows as adult one. So here we can see 4 stages in the life cycle of silkworm: adult, eggs, and larva and pupa. Adult, eggs, larva and pupa. Adult can lay eggs. Okay. Then eggs may hatch and convert into larva. This larva will be grows as adult one, that is called as pupa. This pupa, if it come out from the cocoon, it will grows as adult one, right? So here the most important thing is a larva stage, in which cocoon is made up of. This cocoon is usually take out, and the farmers maybe reel the material from the cocoon. So taking of thread from the cocoon is called as reeling. Taking of thread from the cocoon is called reeling. Boiling of cocoon is called stifling, and the centers which eggs are usually sail, that is called as grainage. So egg sailing center, and boiling of cocoon, and taking of threads from the cocoon is called reeling. What do you call that? Reeling. Okay. If the farmer take out a thread from the cocoon, if the farmer take out the thread from the cocoon, which which is not only useful for the preparing of a cotton or a silk material, it should be combined with the other threads. For making any silk saree or silk dresses, we have to combine each thread with other one. For example, 1 to 13 threads may be combined with one and each other. This combination of threads is called yarn. So here yarn is nothing but group of threads. 1 to 13 group of threads is called yarn. So this is yarn. This yarn will be useful for the making of silk material, silk sarees or silk shirts or silk pants, like that. Okay. So here thread will be combined with each and other, that is called as yarn. So yarn is useful for the making dresses. Okay. So for the making of dresses, yarn is necessary. Yarn is nothing but group of 1 to 13 threads. 1 to 13 threads. The thread is coming from a cocoon only. Okay. So 1 to 13 group of threads are called yarn. This is a material, this is a material which is useful for the making silk materials or silk shirts or silk sarees like that, right. So this is, we have to discuss about silkworm. You know, silkworms usually grows on mulberry plants to eat mulberry leaves, okay, to eat mulberry leaves. Some silkworms grows on oak trees. So they are called as tassar silkworms. Why they are called like that? There is a reason for that. They are living on Terminalia plant, that is nothing but oak plant. So the silkworms growing on oak plant or Terminalia plant, they are called as tassar silkworms. They produce a silk called tassar silk. So tassar silk is coming from the silkworm which is growing on Terminalia plant or oak plant, okay. Tassar silk is most famous in Andhra Pradesh, in some districts called Visakhapatnam, East Godavari, Adilabad. In these districts we can see tassar silk. Tassar silk is nothing but, this is the silk. In this plant, the plants are Terminalia plants on which the silkworm usually grows up, okay, right. On the basis of the area, the silk is having some names. For example, if the silk available in some areas like Pochampalli, that is called as Pochampalli pattu, or tie or dye pattu, or it is having another name called Jamdani pattu. Pochampalli pattu is also called as tie or dye pattu or Jamdani pattu. Dharmavaram is a village in which the sericulture is mostly happening and mostly cultivating there. Sericulture rearing is mostly happening in Dharmavaram. So this is very famous for silk in Andhra Pradesh. This is also called as silk city of Andhra Pradesh. So silk city of Andhra Pradesh is nothing but Dharmavaram. Dharmavaram pattu is having large borders in sarees. For example, if it is a saree, the large size borders are there in sarees in Dharmavaram pattu. If it is a saree, the large size borders are there in Dharmavaram pattu sarees. Okay, so Dharmavaram pattu is a famous for large border sarees, and also Dharmavaram is having another name, silk city of Andhra Pradesh. Is it clear? One point I have to teach here, that is nothing but, when we take off a thread from the cocoon, we have to do three things. First one is cleaning, second one is bleaching, fourth one is dyeing. Dyeing. So cleaning is for to remove the waste, to remove the dust in the air, and bleaching is to kill the harmful microorganisms in the air, and dyeing is nothing but applying colors to the air. With this colored air material, we can synthesize, we can make some products like sarees and shirts like that. Okay, so here we have three stages in making dresses or sarees. First one is cleaning, second one is bleaching. Bleaching means to avoid to remove waste materials like harmful materials like bacteria, virus like that, and dyeing is nothing but applying colors to the air. Okay, right? Yarning is nothing but 1 to 13 threads are called as yarn. Okay, so this is about silk. This is about silk. Okay, let us discuss about wool sarees or wool material. Wool is coming from some buffaloes and goats and also camel and sheep also. Sheep. Let us discuss about goat and camel. Do you know Angora goat? Angora goat. Angora goat is most famous in Kashmir. So from the Angora goats we can prepare wool materials. Wool materials. Angora wool is very soft and smooth. With the help of Angora wool we can synthesize, we can prepare product like sweaters. So with the help of wool of Angora we can produce sweaters. Okay, it is mostly useful for producing sweaters. And when we talk about camels, when you talk about camels, camels are most famous in Rajasthan. Most famous in Rajasthan. With the help of this wool, camel's wool, we can prepare or we can synthesize, we can produce mufflers. Okay, so it is for sweaters. It is for mufflers. So camel's wool is for mufflers and goat's wool is for sweaters. So camel's wool is very coarse and very rough, very hard in the nature. When we talk about goat's wool, that is very smooth, okay. So that is why the goat's wool is useful for making sweaters and camel's wool is for making mufflers. So this is what about wool. So here I want to tell you one thing about removing of wool from the goat or sheep or camel is called removing of wool from goat and sheep and camel and buffaloes, that is called as shearing. Very important bit it is. So removing of fleece or wool from the goat or camel is called shearing. What do you call that? Shearing. Very important bit regarding to wool. Okay. In silk there is two type of protein materials. They are nothing but sericin and fibroin. Sericin and fibroin. These are protein materials available in silk. Very important for examination pattern. Sericin and fibroin are proteins in silk. Thank you very much.